Growing up, I was worried about a lot of stuff. I used to have a hard time getting to sleep as a kid because my mind would just freak me out. And I would get scared about the most ridiculous stuff. I can distinctly remember going to bed many nights worried that someone didn't turn the oven off and that my house was going to blow up. Yeah, that's something that most 10-year-olds don't worry about, but I did. Now, one thing that really freaked me out as a kid was roller coasters. Now, I don't know if this is because as a kid, my older brother kept telling me that if I rode a roller coaster, I would die. That might have something to do with it, but it could also be because I had a horrible experience as a child riding a roller coaster with my dad. Now, I don't know the reason, but I think we can all agree that it was an irrational fear. I mean, roller coasters are built to be safe, and thousands of people have ridden these things and never been hurt. Nonetheless, I was still too frozen in my fear to ever ride one. However, my wife loves roller coasters, so I decided when I was about 19 years old that I needed to ride a roller coaster. Turns out, I love them. They're like the most amazing thing on the planet. My wife is actually getting season passes to Six Flags this year, and I'm super excited about going. Sometimes, though, I think about all the times that I missed out getting to go to amusement parks with my friends because of my fears. One of my best friends growing up offered to buy me a season pass to Six Flags, and because I was afraid, I told him that I didn't want it. I missed out on a summer's worth of Six Flags. What an idiot. Now, you might be thinking that it's kind of ridiculous for me to be afraid of roller coasters. Or maybe you're like I used to be, and you're thinking, I can't believe you finally got in one of those flying death traps. But the truth is that all of us are held back by some fear. We miss out on so many great opportunities because we're afraid of something. We duck out of relationships because we're afraid to get too personal, or we decided to not take part in some event because we're afraid we might fail, or we don't go out for a team because we're afraid of rejection, and we miss out on all those great opportunities. But it's not just opportunities in those areas that suffer. We also let our fear control our relationship with God. We choose not to help somebody in need because we're afraid of what might happen, or we decide to not befriend somebody because we're afraid of what others might think. We let fear control our lives. And when we do that, we miss out on the great opportunities God has planned for us. But why is it that we're afraid? I mean, what do we have to fear? Look at what the Bible has to say about this. Psalm 27:1. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? If God is on our side, then what can stand against us? What can really hurt us? I mean, what can make us afraid? The God whose voice can calm a raging storm, who holds the whole world in his hands, and who can raise the dead to life, is telling you that he wants to be in control of your life. You have no need to be afraid because God is on your side. When we let fear control our lives, we miss out on opportunities and we're left paralyzed. God does not want you to be trapped in your fear, but he wants to give you a life free of fear. The question is, are you going to trust God enough to let him control your life, or are you going to let fear control your life?